A simple 3-second hug can completely change how she sees you. Most men lose her interest the moment they make physical contact. That brief moment where your bodies come together is a powerful one. It determines whether you remain forgettable or become someone she can't stop thinking about. Touch isn't neutral. Every single point of contact sends an instant message through her body faster than her mind can process. Her body reacts to you before her mind has time to catch up. And most men, good men, well-meaning men, fail this test without even realizing they're being judged. To you, a hug might just be a hug. To her, it's a biological evaluation. Her limbic system is assessing your confidence. Her skin is reading your intent. Her unconscious mind is cataloging the smallest shifts in your grip, any hesitation in your hands, the energy you're either withholding or sharing. This matters because attraction is not just about words or looks. It's about the energy you bring when you're close to her. It's the silent physical language her body speaks that skips over any logical barriers she's put up. When you touch her with calibrated masculine presence, not manipulation, you create something most men never do: somatic memory. She won't remember your words, but she'll remember how her body felt when she was near yours. That feeling will define where you stand in her mind. Friend, protector, lover. The hug makes that decision. It might sound uncomfortable, but there's real science behind this. In 2011, researchers at Tao University studied how women respond to male touch during first encounters. What they found was striking. The location, pressure, and duration of a hug dramatically affected how attractive women found a man. They discovered that when men touched a woman's lower back during a hug, women rated them as more confident and sexually desirable. The difference wasn't small, it was significant. Men who touch the upper back or shoulders are often seen as safe, friendly, or brotherly. Just 5 inches of skin can make all the difference. 5 inches that turn indifference into desire. But the impact goes deeper than just where you touch. When you make physical contact, you're triggering a network of nerve endings in her skin, sending signals to her brain faster than she can consciously process. This activates parts of her brain responsible for emotional responses, like the amygdala and insula, which control threat detection and emotional memory. If your touch is unsure, if there's hesitation in your hands, her nervous system picks up on it as fear. And fear is contagious. She feels your doubt and it makes her pull back. But if your touch is firm, calm, and confident, her body feels safety, not the kind of safety that comes from a protector, but the safety of a man who knows himself, a man who carries his masculine presence so fully that it radiates without effort. This is what attraction thrives on, not perfection, but integration. Paul Ekman, a psychologist who studied nonverbal communication, found that our bodies leak truth in microseconds. You can control your face and rehearse your words, but your hands will always give you away. The pressure they apply, how quickly they move, and where they don't go, she reads all of it. A woman doesn't need to study psychology to understand you. Evolution has already fine-tuned her ability to read authenticity through touch. It allows her to tell the difference between men who wear confidence as a mask and those who embody it. The research might not say it outright, but studies show that women are more drawn to men who touch them with intentionality, not aggression. There's a big difference. Aggression forces. Intentionality guides. Aggression crosses boundaries. Intentionality sets presence. When you understand this, a hug becomes more than just a social formality. It becomes a moment to communicate something beyond words, something real, a powerful masculine energy that she feels, even if her mind can't put it into words. Imagine this moment. You're standing close to her. Maybe it's a greeting, a goodbye, or that in-between space where friendship feels like it might turn into something more. She moves toward you, arms opening. The social script says, "This is simple, but human connection is never simple." In the next few seconds, you have the power to either reinforce how she already sees you or shift everything entirely. The room, the context, they don't matter. What matters is the space between intention and action. Most men approach this moment on autopilot. They've hugged countless times. They think they know the drill. Arms around shoulders, a quick pat on the back, and a brief release. They smile and that's it. In doing so, they lock themselves into the safe category. Friend, colleague, harmless. But there's another way. a way that requires you to slow down, be present, and realize that this moment is about more than following a script. It's about transmitting something real. Here's how it works. When she moves toward you, don't rush. That's the first test. Rushing signals discomfort, like you can't wait to get it over with. And discomfort, it kills attraction. Instead, let the moment unfold. Stand firm, breathe steady, and let her approach you with the same calm you'd bring to any action. Keep your feet planted, hold her gaze until the last second before contact. This is presence, and presence is magnetic. Here's where most men go wrong. They touch high, upper back, shoulders, sometimes just the sides of her arms. These are friend zone zones. When you go there, it signals, I respect boundaries to the point of denying my own masculinity. Respect is important, but too much caution reads as fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being too much, fear of wanting her. But unexpressed desire doesn't vanish. It turns into tension, the kind that makes her feel uneasy because she senses you're holding back, and that messes with her nerves. Instead of going high, go low. Place your hands on her lower back. Not her waist, not her hips, but her lower back. This is the sweet spot. It's where protection meets desire, where strength meets invitation. Touching her here activates something primal, without crossing into sexual territory. When your hands rest on her lower back, you're doing more than just holding her. You're claiming space, showing comfort with her body, and demonstrating that you're not afraid to assert your intent. Most importantly, you're giving her permission to feel safe in your presence. Here's the difference between boys and men. Pressure. Not force, not aggression, pressure. Your hands shouldn't hover lightly as if you're scared to touch her. They shouldn't grip tightly like you're marking territory. Instead, they should rest with firm, confident weight, enough pressure to make her feel held, but not trapped. When a woman feels properly held, her nervous system responds. Her cortisol levels drop, and oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released. This isn't manipulation. It's biology. When your touch is just right, you're creating an environment for attraction to flourish. But if your touch is weak, if your hands barely make contact, you trigger uncertainty and discomfort. She subconsciously sees you as lacking the strength to hold her. Timing matters too. A hug that's too short feels rushed. One that's too long feels awkward. The sweet spot is 4 to 6 seconds, long enough for her to feel the quality of your touch, but not so long that you overstay your welcome. Your breathing matters in these seconds. If you're holding your breath, she'll feel the tension in your body. Instead, breathe deeply, steadily, calmly. This regulates her breathing too. Humans unconsciously sync their breaths with those around them, a phenomenon called behavioral synchrony. As her breath matches yours, she's aligning with your emotional state, your presence, your frequency. Presence isn't about force, it's about resonance. Here's the move most men miss, the pull. In the last second of the hug, instead of pulling away right away, you pull her in just a little. It's not a yank, but a gentle, deliberate increase in pressure, half an inch closer. That small shift changes everything. It shows you're comfortable with intimacy, that you don't need her permission to express what you want, and that you can escalate without hesitation. It creates tension, the kind that excites her, makes her heart race, and lingers even after you let go. How you end the hug is just as important as how you begin it. Most men make the mistake of pulling away too quickly, breaking eye contact, or filling the space with awkward chatter. All of that erases the connection you just built. Instead, release slowly. Let your hands glide from her lower back as you step away. Not rushing, not lingering, just moving with calm confidence. And here's the key. After you release, hold her gaze for 1 extra second. 1 second of eye contact after the touch ends. It deepens the connection. It tells her you're not embarrassed by the intimacy, that you're comfortable with the tension, and you don't need to lighten the mood with humor or deflection. This is true masculine maturity, and it's rare, which is exactly why it's so powerful. So why does something as simple as hand placement matter? Because humans are always asking unconscious questions. Can I trust this person? Is this person strong enough? Does this person know what they want? And we answer these questions through behavior, not words. When you touch her with intention and calm, you're answering all three questions at once. Yes, you can trust me because I'm not rushing things. Yes, I'm strong enough because my touch doesn't apologize for existing. Yes, I know what I want because my hands don't hesitate. This is the language of attraction, body to body, nervous system to nervous system. The men who understand this don't need to chase or convince. They exist in a way that women's bodies recognize as real, as legitimate. Now here's what not to do. Don't hug her like she's your sister. Don't pat her back like you're comforting a child. Don't pull away the second contact is made like you're afraid of touching her. Don't ask for permission with your eyes before you touch her. Don't apologize for taking up space. These actions all scream one thing. You're afraid of your own desire. And fear? Fear is the opposite of attraction. Women aren't drawn to men who are intimidated by them. They're drawn to men who are comfortable in their own presence, especially around feminine energy. There's a big difference. This isn't just about hugs. It's about how you move through life. Whether you touch her with intent or hesitation reflects a deeper pattern in how you approach the world. Do you go after what you want with confidence or doubt? Do you speak your truth or hide behind politeness? Do you own your desires or apologize for having them? How you do one thing is how you do everything, and women pick up on that. They don't need to see your bank balance or your resume. They feel how you exist in your own skin, and that tells them everything. A man who touches with calm authority is the same man who makes decisions with authority. A man who holds tension without breaking can handle conflict without crumbling. A man who knows where to place his hands is a man who knows where he's going in life. These things are connected deeply, not always obviously. Here's the key. Attraction isn't something you negotiate. It's something you generate through presence, authenticity, and the courage to express your intent without apology. And sometimes that expression is as simple as where you place your hands during a 4-6 second hug. Most men never think about this. They'll continue hugging women the same way they always have, awkward, polite, without sparking desire. But you're not like most men. You understand that details matter. Small moments carry weight. The way you touch her during a hug can change how she sees you forever. So, the next time you embrace a woman, remember this. Hands on her lower back, firm pressure, 4-6 seconds, a slight pull at the end, a slow release, and 1 second of eye contact afterward. Then walk away like it was the most natural thing in the world, because it was. You just spoke the language her body understands.